Spoop, 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 spoop.
We're back.
We out here spooping it up.
The contempt I have for Michael
What's spooping?
knows no bounds.
What's spooping, spoop?
Whoa, what does that mean?
Oh, you know. It's a
God,
dog
if
whistle.
some- Yeah, if someone walks up to you and says that, I mean,
You have to fight him.
yeah.
What up, spoop? What?
What's up? What?
What up, spoop?
Yeah, I saw Gran Torino. Not a good movie. No.
I don't
I
know.
mean, good
It's
if
one
you-
of the. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
good if you like racism.
So yeah.
So great movie, yeah.
I'm actually the CEO of racism.
Hey, remember that guy that had the name Naked Lactating Baboon Butt? He didn't
Yeah.
join just for the name. He's in there again. He's
I
back.
see. Well, shout out to you, naked.
I mean, maybe he just
lactating
wanted me. Yeah, maybe
Wanted
he
us
just
to
wanted
say
me
it
to say
again.
the name twice. Yeah. Well, if that's the case,
I mean, we're gonna
we
keep
can leave.
saying it.
No, we're not. No.
Now I'm done saying it for the rest
I mean,
of
we
my
already
life.
said it.
Never will say. I'll never say that combination of words again.
What combination of words?
I don't know. If I say it, you can kill me.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
That's
Man, I better
fine.
watch my every move.
Yeah,
What if I say
you for real can't slip up once.
Naked milking monkey ass.
Nude
Yeah,
nude
dude.
milking monkey ass.
How's everybody's week been?
Good.
Cool, except for fucking last night. Stayed up way too late.
Yeah, we stayed up pretty late.
I only got like 4 hours of sleep and I went to work.
Yeah,
That
brutal.
shit was ass. I'm fucking tired.
I'm
Probably
not
gonna do
looking
the same
forward
thing
to the
again.
week.
Why not?
What do you have going on this week, Mike?
Just because final. I have a final coming up. So I just have to study and do a lot of homework.
Oh, fuck me. I reckon we get her going.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we can start if you guys are ready. I'm down. I have two
Whoops.
things to start it here, and the first thing we'll do, see if we can pull up this tweet,
Whoops. Did it again?
and we can use this to kind of talk about a broader conversation as well. Because I also saw, I think we all saw this. It was like a thing. I think it was Moderna was saying that there might be they might be doing third doses of the vaccine now.
Yeah, you need a third dose and I think it was Pfizer. Like you're gonna need like
What's the third one
a
for?
third dose and a booster shot, and they're gonna charge you for it.
Right, which is something we talked about when discussing AstraZeneca and them basically patenting the Oxford researched vaccine and publicly researched vaccine. When they patented it, part of their business model that they were looking at was basically to try to give people, a bunch of extra shots after. Now, this isn't to say like that you shouldn't get your vaccines or anything, but it's very clear that these companies are using this to price gouge people and screw them.
Absolutely, and that's just routine what the corporations will always do.
Yeah, and that's why we can't trust them to handle, vaccine distribution and stuff.
You can't trust capital to take care of the needs of the people.
No, they're not even the ones that produce the vaccine, it was these
Exactly.
a lot of public institutions for the most part. And then this tweet here, it says 278,000 Brazilians have died from COVID-19. New documents show the U.S. pressured the Brazilian government not to buy the Russian vaccine, likely killing thousands of Brazilians. And yeah, I mean, look at the document there, but I mean, that's no surprise that the U.S., amongst the pandemic, they've done sanctioning on medicine and food. So it's not surprising now that they're also doing it on vaccines as well, especially considering that, they don't want the Russians to get their vaccine in there and have any kind of geopolitical control. They'd rather, hold over the vaccines they have over Brazil and be the ones that, you got to come to us, basically.
Yeah, you don't want as the United States, you don't want fucking another imperial power getting anywhere close to your borders, because you're supposed to be the world police. You're supposed to be the ones that are all over the world, you know, and to have Russia get as close as Brazil, the U.S. is like, oh hell no, dude, you're psycho.
Just an aside, I guess I will plug it since it's not on the show. I did write a short article, and there's a guy that's replying now to it. When I put in the article that Amazon hires like ex-CIA goons, no, I'm kidding. I doubt this guy's a intelligence analyst, but it is funny that he has now replied with something that I think we've debunked before, that Amazon actually raised its wage to a $15 wage. Like, they didn't actually do that. They had to, one, be pressured into doing that by Bernie Sanders and his, bill. And even when they did that, they found basically every loophole to still suppress the wages of the workers.
Exactly, like they raise the wages and then they cut benefits, and then they cut
the
hours.
point is, we don't have power to fight Amazon, because Amazon has proven they're the most powerful company in the world that's willing to do everything in its power to fight working people. So
then yeah, like how we covered with the Bessemer story, they're literally doing everything they can to not get that one small facility unionized.
Yep, which doesn't mean we shouldn't support their fight to unionize within Amazon, but that also means we should reject Amazon coming into our community, because we know what kind of jobs they produce. And even if we fight rigorously within them to unionize them to get those rights, like, that's still a massive uphill battle that we're starting with the massive underhand by allowing Amazon to come in here and completely ravage our community.
Absolutely. And it just reminds me of the early on in AOC's career, the fulfillment, or the Amazon facility in fucking in New York, or it was like the Amazon headquarters or whatever, and they wanted like a certain amount just for like Bezos's private helipad or whatever. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, like it's like, yeah, that's what they just come in our community and suck up our labor and don't pay us anywhere near enough.
Yeah, and like in
And
the
it also
example, go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying, it also just continues to gentrify the city. You just push more and more big corps in, and how are we gonna? We have fucking Walmarts everywhere, Targets everywhere. We have Whole Foods now. We're getting fucking Amazon. Like,
Just
the more and more
destroying our farmlands.
yeah, and it's under this guise of, oh, we're just creating more jobs. It's like the more we allow these corporations to come into our communities, the weaker our community gets, because we just are losing
Exactly.
more. We're losing more and more power.
How would you make it stronger?
Building working power the same way that, like we said with Bessemer, like that situation, the factory's already there, the facility's already there, so we should fight for the workers' power. But before a facility comes in and already, like in the example here where they exploited local iron workers and hired out-of-state non-union workers, which that shows they're directly damaging already unionized workers within our city. So it's like,
Yeah,
we build the power we have now instead of allowing them to come in and exploit and destroy the power we already have.
or you can like the Malibu Whole Foods is literally like empty all day every day, because the community decided to just not support the Whole Foods, even though it was already built. It's literally like an empty store 99% of the time. Like, the community decided to just not support it and boycott it.
Is that why they're always hiring though?
Yep.
I keep getting emails from them saying, "Hey, we're hiring."
And if you slip up, they'll send you to Malibu. Like, we had a boss who had basically like I don't want to like use the wrong term, but like, I guess the work version of like sexual assault, like, or sexual like misconduct or whatever, and then you sent him to the Malibu store instead of actually like firing him or anything.
No, they did the church, the Catholic Church.
Yeah, exactly. They just rotating fucking.
Just move bishops and shit.
That's what the fuck they're called.
Whatever they're called, rapists, all the same. But yeah, I to the main piece, the tweet, like, yeah, it's just another, vaccines are just another tool that the U.S. empire can use to inflict damage on other countries.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's just
So we
straight
can
up.
go to the. Yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's just straight up more blood on the United States hands. That's all I was gonna say.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we can move to, and this is a video, and I'm just straight ripping it from Secular Talk, but I do like his title because he encapsulates it perfectly. Cuomo's pathetic response to scandal proves he's Democratic Trump, and that's really how he comes off in this. And what I guess in the way that he means Democratic Trump is like just the way he excuses for his like assault and stuff, and the tone he takes. And I think this is important because not even that long ago, Cuomo was, being postured and groomed as like the next golden boy for the Democratic Party. He was going to be maybe president one day, or like, take some kind of higher office. But now this quick turn, and it's not even the nursing home deaths that he covered up that did him in. It's this. Not to say that all the sexual assault allegations against him aren't horrific as well, but it's like, yeah, it just goes to show the Democratic Party doesn't actually care about people at all. So we can play the video because it's amazing.
As I have said before, and I firmly believe, and my administration has always represented, women have a right to come forward and be heard, and I encourage that fully. But I also want to be clear. There is still a question of the truth. I did not do what has been alleged, period. I won't speculate about people's possible motives, but I can tell you as a former Attorney General who's gone through this situation many times, there are often many motivations for making an allegation. And that is why you need to know the facts before you make a decision. There are now 2 reviews underway. No one wants them to happen more quickly and more thoroughly than I do. Let them do it. I'm not going to argue this issue in the press. That is not how it is done. That is not the way it should be done. Serious allegations should be weighed seriously, right? That's why they are called serious. As I've told New Yorkers many times, there are facts and then there are opinions. And I've always separated the 2. When I do briefings, I put out the facts and then I offer my opinions. But they are 2 different concepts. Politicians who don't know a single fact, but yet form a conclusion and an opinion, are, in my opinion, reckless and dangerous. The people of New York should not have confidence in a politician who takes a position without knowing any facts or substance. That, my friends, is politics at its worst. Politicians take positions for all sorts of reasons, including political expediency and bowing to pressure. But people know the difference between playing politics, bowing to cancel culture, and the truth. People know the difference between playing politics, bowing to cancel culture, and the truth. Let the review proceed. I'm not going to resign. I was not elected by the politicians. I was elected by the people. Part of this is that I am not part of the political club. And you know what?
We could pause it there.
I'm proud of it.
The fact is, she said no, but my opinion, she said yes. And it's very
Listen,
important we separate the two. I don't believe her fact. In my opinion,
I raped somebody, and that is why I am a populist.
look, the politicians elected me to touch
No,
my
he said
secretary.
they did it. The people elected me. It's the elites trying to take me out. They're like, shut the fuck.
And
Like
like,
he
I
is
like how
the epitome of an elitist.
I like how he's like whole things under the facade of like we want the investigation to be done, even though I'm the
Yeah.
most powerful, one of the most powerful, not only members in New York politics, but in the Democratic Party.
Yep.
Like as if like
everything must be thorough, but I will not resign.
everything must be thorough, but I will watch closely at who goes against me. And if you live in the New York City, you will never get a job in New York City.
I will end you if you face me, scum.
Listen, some people call me Fredo. Those people aren't alive anymore. I mean, that's just the facts.
To think that he's not an elitist too. Yeah, the governor of New York City, and his brother is the fucking like one of the main anchors on CNN.
Yeah, just huge amounts of power. You're controlling not only like literal politics and legislation, but you're controlling the narrative through media. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, and he's using that as his, to try to be like, hey, I'm the populist guy. They're trying to take me out, like, and to cover up the fact that not only has he, sexually assaulted multiple women now that come out against him, but as we know, he's done countless other things in New York City, including just, in general, the police and poor wages, etc. in New York, but also specifically with the nursing home scandal, covered up nursing home deaths and numbers so to keep New York open, which ended up killing more people in the nursing homes, more elderly people. So he's a fucking murderer, psycho, and he's trying to act like that's because I'm a populist. But yeah, that's all I had for that one. Do you guys have any like?
No, but like something that connects to that is something that just happened with Biden and talking about Cuomo. If you want to pull that up, this is piece from CNBC or whatever, NBC, and the headline reads: Biden says Cuomo should resign and could face prosecution if sexual harassment claims are true. Biden said in this NBC news interview that a woman should be presumed telling the truth and should not be scapegoated and become victimized by her coming forward, which is very interesting coming from Joseph Robinette Biden, who during the primaries got called out for sexual assault allegation by Tara Reid, and very obviously did exactly what Cuomo did in the situation: denied. Pushed the media narrative that, it's because people are trying to take me down. It's because I'm so famous and powerful and sexy that they want to take me down. I would never do this. And then you have not only the entire media shitting on Tara Reid, you have all of the fucking disgusting libs. To this day, Tara Reid constantly has to move and is being doxxed and being sent death threats every single day because of what occurred during the primaries. And so it's disgusting to see Biden come out and play politics. Really, like he understands that they're all playing this game of getting to the top and to maintain being at the top, and keeping the media narrative that the Democratic Party is good. You have to shit on. You have to fucking tell Cuomo to fuck off and take one for the team. And yeah, like it's like, I don't understand the word. It's especially ironic coming from Biden after the entire Tara Reid situation, and especially with both parties' history of sexual assault. But specifically, it's so fucked that this is coming from Biden, and yeah, Cuomo very obviously he's a piece of shit, but he very obviously understands that this is all just like he would have done the same thing to anybody else in the situation. And looking at polling post election, looking at like top frontrunners for 2024, Cuomo was one of those guys who's polling super high among like early pollsters for being next Democratic Party candidate. And this is obviously not only crushes that, but whether he resigns or not, he's definitely not going to win his next term. And yeah, like his political career is, unless he makes like a full Hollywood bounce back and nothing but positive press in the media, his career in politics is done, and the Democratic Party left him completely out to dry, which is, I guess, perfect encapsulation of what the Democratic Party is, in reference to the American people. They're going to do whatever they can to enrich themselves while leaving us out to dry, and they're doing the same thing to members of their own party, especially people like Cuomo, who hold so much status and power in the party.
Right, we were talking about that.
Last night.
Yeah, and last night as well. Like, that's why it is kind of sweet to see Cuomo go down like this, even though, of course, it's all the other people in the Democratic Party, for the most part, that are going after him now. Of course, they're not doing it for genuine reasons, like you're saying. They're going after him because it's beneficial to their political career as well. But yeah, knowing their brand of pretend, have one face, and then behind the back screw everyone over and do something different. Like, it's awesome to see all of them just completely betray Cuomo, another guy in their party, as soon as it's politically expedient to the rest
exactly. And like an example of this from, I guess, the opposite side is, it was politically expedient for Kamala Harris, now a vice president, to say, "I believe Tara Reid" during the debates, and push the narrative that Tara Reid's telling the truth, even though she very obviously didn't actually believe that, and she was just playing a political game to try to get points from voters. But yeah, it's hilarious to see that everybody falls in line when they need to, and they're falling in line against Cuomo here because they understand that to get everything back to order and shut everybody the fuck up about what's going on, they have to send Cuomo down the drain. They gotta flush him like a dead goldfish.
Well, it's all just a reflection of how they exploit their power to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when this kind of stuff comes back to bite them in the ass years and years later, after like these women who are in these positions with them like are no longer under direct threat of them themselves, and like they're kind of free to speak their mind on what they've experienced, that now it's a problem.
Yeah. Fuck Andrew Cuomo, fuck Chris Cuomo. They're both Fredos. Yes, I'm Italiophobic, and I'm proud. Should we go into a break, since we're kind of like the halfway point with stories, or do you want to continue on? Okay, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into a break. We'll be right back after this song. If you enjoyed the banter so far, please support us by dropping a follow, or we simply just appreciate you being here. And we'll be right back after this song.
stay forever and ever. Baby darling, no, I can't stand on my own 2 feet without me ever falling in love sometimes. So just carry me back to my house, back to my house. I'm far too gone. You're wasting your time, wasting your time. Am I so wrong? You're wasting your time, wasting your time. With all these for some reason, you came back into my life again. But I wasn't sure if you were really the cure to my heartache again, alone again. I don't wanna play pretend when you can be my only friend, only friend. Stay with me until the end, until the end.
Spoop?
Spoop.
Hello, spoopers.
If you say that shit one more fucking time, dude.
Get close to saying something, Michael. I don't know, dude.
What? It's our name.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's your name.
That's the name of the podcast.
Well, you had a hoodie on, Michael.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's cold as fuck outside. I was leaving work freezing, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty cold. It was cold last night. Sleeping. I have
Oh, yeah.
a mound of blankets on the ground that you cannot see.
Fuck me.
Do you guys sleep on top of your made bed sometimes so that you don't have to make it to the
No.
show?
Nope.
I
Not
do
like
not
my.
like
I'll sleep on like this, and I'll just have I have another comforter that I'll sleep on top.
I
or use
refuse
that
to
as my-
sleep on top of my comforter. I do not do that. Just because comforters are hard to clean. They're big, bulky.
How dirty are you?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you would might as well just keep it clean. Just, I don't know.
I mean, is there a difference in laying under it versus laying on top of it?
Yes, because underneath it you have a fitted, not a fitted sheet. It's a loose sheet that goes underneath the comforter that you usually tuck into. There's 2 layers of
That's true.
sheets. You have the comforter, and then you have this other layer.
When I was little, I
Unless
used to.
and you don't use fitted sheets under.
I have a fitted sheet.
Yeah,
I
because
have-
you're a female. You were also
I-
a female.
When I had a little when I was younger, I used to not like my comforter, but so I would just use the loose sheet. I would just sleep with that as my blanket. But I refused to
Yeah,
use
well,
my I refused to use my comforter. But it's like a really thin. So I'd always just sleep with jackets. Instead of going and getting a blanket, I would just be a stubborn piece of shit and just put on like two jackets and sleep under that thing, freezing.
Yeah, but you got the comfortability of the sheet is the
Oh yeah, exactly.
you just rub it on your skin a little bit, right?
It's always cold.
Yeah. Just
Wait,
a
so
little
you don't
bit.
have a fitted? You don't have a fitted sheet, Jacan?
No, I don't sleep with another sheet under because
So you sleep?
I just have the main
Do you sleep on
Rubber
top of your
sheet.
raw mattress?
No, I just have like the. Well, yeah, I guess is this the fitted sheet part? Like the.
Yeah,
I don't
the
have a
fitted sheets.
secondary. I don't have a secondary sheet.
Okay, because then there's the fitted sheet that goes around the mattress that hugs it.
Yeah,
And then
I
you
mean,
sleep on top
isn't
of that,
a
and then
requirement?
is it? I think so.
Can you have one? Yeah. Is there a sheet? Yeah, I think you need one of those.
I mean, to
What's up, JS?
explain
Welcome to the chat,
like
bro.
I have.
I mean, I guess you could just put a cover under that's not like the fitted angle thing, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
yeah,
I
the
don't
thing
even
I never do is the secondary sheet thing, 'cause that's just a whole nother hassle. I
Yeah,
don't
this the
wanna
one that's
bother
like
with.
hanging. That's the loose. There's a name fucking.
I only
for it.
put that one on when I wash my sheets, and then if it falls off, it's just gonna sit under my bed until next time I wash it. Like,
I'll kick
I'm
it
not gonna
under.
go. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the effort of putting that back on every day. I'm just
That's
not.
something when I go to my grandma's house, like her beds have that, and that's nice. And then that's the only time I use it. I wonder, like, why they, or when and why they decided to have that.
I
Probably
think
some
it's to
fucking
protect your comfort.
some dumb European shit, probably.
Well,
Like
it's
I
like
said.
more, it's more comfortable too, I guess. Like it's like Ian's saying, soft and
Oh, the loose sheet.
yeah.
The
and
loose
it's-
sheet's way more comfortable than your
It makes it cooler too, like kind of cool under. But
Maybe. I don't know.
I can go
yeah,
into
I
like
guarantee you it was a British person because it's a worthless invention.
It's either that or
I
some fucking dumb Frenchie. That's it.
you guys care about like thread count and like what type of cotton you use in your,
No.
in your sheets?
No idea.
No.
Actually, I only use Egyptian cotton.
I seek out-
One single thread.
Yeah.
Like
It's
the
one
type of
contiguous
weave that
thing.
you have. I remember I could get all nerdy about it.
Yeah.
You would go after like certain weave patterns and stuff.
Yeah, usually I prefer the sateen weave. It's like a little bit
What
more
about indica?
breathable. Okay, that's weave.
What about a hybrid weave?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think. I just choose whatever has, the most sweatshop exploitation. That's the kind of weave I go for in my shirt.
If I see a little bit of finger in my sheet, I'm like, that's the one I want. Just like a little nub, maybe a couple fingernails. I'm like, that's the one.
It's
There's
so weird
sateen,
seeing reviews for bed sheets. Like you'll be looking for some bed sheets, and then you'll go into the review section, and they say, "Oh, when my God, I pulled out the package and there was blood on it," or things like that. I'm like,
Jesus.
how the
Bullshit.
heck- Yeah, for real.
Used bed sheets.
They're not like just. I don't know how that happens.
Michael
Michael
spends
spends
his
his
spoop
spoop
money
money
on
on
400.
400. It's true. I do have 400.
Wait, is 400 is 400 thread count like the one? Like what's like the thread count?
It would go up to. I mean, you can go like really high, but like
I'm
sometimes
sure there's
people
like
that
preference, right? They're
some
all
people who
different.
say no, the higher the thread count, the more soft it is.
Right.
So like, but I know a lot of companies they'll advertise a really high thread count, but it's really not that high. Like it's just kind of like false advertisement. So like more like realistically, you're looking at like a 400 thread count, like for like the majority of like things that normal people would buy. The more
Yeah, try to be sure
yeah.
to see if it actually there's a difference because like
Michael said normal people. He's bougie. It's 700 thread count minimum.
no not. I don't know.
most of my
I like
shirts are exactly the same, and then I have like some workout shirts, and then I have like one or two shirts that have like maybe like a logo or something, and those aren't comfortable because you got the like
Oh,
pressing in the
yeah.
front.
Mhm.
Like those are never comfortable, but
I got these black sheets, and then I got my swap meet tiger blanket. That's all I need.
hell yeah.
Yep. I actually just bought a new pillow. I need one of those like nice memory foam ones. Those ones do me good. But I got like one of these like extra
I
firm.
have one.
Just don't get the
Oh,
purple
okay.
pillow because apparently it smells.
Dude, yeah, see, but that me and Michael were talking about that, and basically he like most people just overdo the whole smell portion. Like it's really not that
Well,
like every
Yeah.
My
and
dad's
but
like
yeah,
that
like
in the he says smells, but like we all smell it and we're like, no, it literally smells like a pillow. It smells fine.
It's coming out of the fucking factory, bro. Of course it's gonna smell. If it
Yeah.
has a little bit of smell, it's because it's brand new. It's chemicals, bro. Give it
What
some
about the
time to
My
air
Pillow?
out.
I
Are
want
those any?
my pillow.
Yeah, the fucking right
I
wing
really want
psycho.
to
Yeah.
try one.
I used to want a purple mattress so fucking bad. I almost bought
Those are
one once.
supposed to be good.
Dude, I know, but everybody, the fucking smell thing turned me off.
I thought the smell was
those are
only like a pillow thing. I don't know if it was ever. I mean, I'm sure. if they're
It's
the
a
same
bed
material.
sheet thing too. Like if you go and get some bed sheets, they always say, "Oh, it smells." And then I literally bought my bed sheets, and yes, it did smell pretty bad, but it goes away, bro. Like, calm
Don't you
down.
just wash them so that like
Yeah,
it
just
doesn't-
wash them and they'll go away. The smell will go
Delicate
away.
soap?
Or
Make them smell like
Yeah.
some linens, fresh
the
linen.
only thing that like I haven't really dove into just because it's super expensive is fucking pillows, dude. Pillows are expensive.
You're
It's
telling me,
crazy.
dude. Nice
Yeah, I have
pillows
a
are
couple
fucking
nice ones, but
nice
Like I
pillows are
want
overpriced.
nice pillows, and then it just gets really expensive because of that, and I'm like, oh man.
you should just level up and just get rid of your pillow. Just sleep with no pillow.
Yeah.
Have you seen
I don't even know where I get my pillows. Do you guys know where you didn't buy your pillows? I bet you just kind of like got them handed to you, and you just
I
kinda
bought one of mine.
I
one of them.
I just bought one, and that's the first pillow I've ever bought. My mom gave me this memory foam pillow that she didn't like, and it is cool. $80 on a pillow? Jesus Christ!
Sounds about right. I want 4 pillows though. Right now
I
I
got
have
4?
Three
Yeah, 4,
is
2 on
seems
each
like.
side.
I
mean,
had
you can do as
one.
many as you want. Honestly, one's good too. Like I could rock
But
it
I
now.
I mean,
just
I
got
only sleep with one, but I like
Yeah,
to
wait.
have like a full set of pillows, so like 4 of them, just because it looks nice. I don't know.
That's true.
Oh, you want
Mine
Mine
this
doubles
pillow.
up as like a couch, so I use my pillows as like
Mm.
couch against the wall too, which is nice.
I used to sleep with double pillows, but then my neck started to hurt.
What's
Well, you
it?
should sleep with no pillows.
Have you seen those
Um,
like cone there's like pyramid pillows?
Do you just
It's like
talking
shaped.
about the honeycomb pillows.
I don't know. It's like shaped like a pyramid almost. And it's supposed to like perfectly like go in the shoulder pocket.
Huh.
And so when you sleep on it, you're sleeping at like an angle that doesn't fuck up your neck.
fuck.
I have a pillow that's still in the wrapping that I haven't taken out.
I got a bamboo memory foam pillow. Don't you have a bamboo
that's
pillow?
what I have. Yeah, that's what I have. That's the one I bought, and that's what bangs. And I have another memory foam one that my mom gave me. Yeah, same. That one's pretty decent. And then I
The
have
thing
a
about
shit
the
one that I
memory
just
phones is that they're kind of hard.
hump.
I don't really I don't know. I just don't. Sleeping's overrated.
It's true. Yeah.
I have a lot of. I have plans for my bed. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Go no pillow, Michael. I'll go no pillow if someone else does. I'll try it for at least tonight.
Nah.
I know
I'll
I mean,
do
like
it.
some
I've done it.
they
I've
do
done
it.
it when I'm taking naps, but I
Are you
don't.
supposed to sleep on your like back when you sleep with no pillow?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, I mean you're supposed to do that. I think either way, but yeah, I think you're supposed to sleep on your back.
I sleep on my side.
You ever sleep on the
Nope.
floor?
Yeah, well, ideally, yeah, that's what you should do, right?
Yeah, it's
I've
good for
never
your
like,
back.
I've done it, but like you don't really fall asleep. I don't think. Maybe if you really get used to it, but I think you just kind of fade in and out of sleep.
My grandpa, when he would spend the night at the old house, uh, he wouldn't sleep on the couch. He would sleep on and it was tile floor. You just sleep on the floor. I was like, that's
Imagine
fucking-
just walk in the front door. Here's my spot. Just,
If you ever wake up and your back or neck is
Jeez.
fucked from sleeping weird, no pillow fixes it. Fuck, I wish I would have knew that when I tweaked my back
what I'm
there.
saying.
Fuck.
I think
I
in
have a
some places that have
strange-
like really high humidity, they fucking a lot of the times they don't sleep with pillows because like like if you drool sometimes or shit happens like in your pillow, like it's really easy for it to get mildewed there.
True.
So like a lot of people just ditch rather their pillows.
Want to do no pillow tonight?
I'm gonna try it. I'll try it for a minute.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
probably
try
give
it.
up after like an hour and then be like, fuck it, I want to go to sleep. But the human condition.
The human
had a-
spoopcation.
I had a photo on my phone of like a bed that I wanted to like replicate, and I don't have it anymore.
What size bed do you have, Michael? Is it a full?
The queen full, same thing.
No, they're different.
Oh, here it
I
is.
think.
I found it. I found
No,
it.
because it's a twin, a full, a queen, a king, and then there's a California king.
Yeah.
When you
That's
buy
correct.
bed sheets for a full or queen, they're in the same category. Full and a queen are in the same category when you buy bed sheets for it.
Hmm.
Mine's
Yeah,
a
one's
full.
definitely smaller though.
So I sent that in the wrong fucking chat.
Nice one,
I meant
dipshit.
to hold on.
The California Kings are too big. Or they're not too big. Like they're pretty. My parents have one. That's huge.
Yeah, my
It's
dad
too-
has a pretty.
You don't need
my,
that much.
My dad has a
Yeah.
pretty big bed. This is what I want to do to my bed.
Like
I
if
put
you
it in
can
the
lay,
staff
I can
shop.
lay widthwise on it and not touch end to end almost. Like that's pretty nuts.
I want like a
Use that.
white and gray like look to it. Yeah, and see how it has like
That's
4
6 pillows on that fucking.
Yeah, that's 6, but I want 2. So like 2 pillows would be gray, and the other 2 pillows will be white. I want to get a duvet on top of my comforter, which will be white, and then just all gray sheets underneath. That's
And I
my
want to have
plan.
sex
I
with
just haven't got around to it.
Yeah. And I want to be
Yeah, what's
railed
the
by my
HGTV
boyfriend.
Dream home. HGTV beach style.
Yeah. And I have some stuff I want to put on my wall up here too. I want to put some shelves up.
That would look nice.
A picture of
That's something I
you,
wanted to do
you and
as
your
well.
boyfriend at the beach.
Yeah.
Duvet.
There's nothing wrong with the duvet, bro. It protects your comforter.
From what?
You
Just,
know how
like,
long
instead-
we should start the figuring
The
out.
longer
How
you
long
sleep in your
duvet is.
bed, the more you sleep in your bed, you're gonna have to wash your sheets. And just washing a fucking comforter is really difficult. It's big, it's bulky. You would have to take it to like a dry
I
cleaners.
see. You just
So
want an
instead-
excuse to not wash your shit.
So no. Instead of washing the comforter, you use a duvet to protect it. It's like a condom, but for your fucking
I
comforter.
knew you were cheap, Michael, but geez.
And then so when you want to wash it, you just wash the stupid duvet, and then you clean it, and then you put it back over it. It's super easy.
Yeah, I don't have a duvet, but I have I used to have like a little extra protective sheet.
You're a man. You don't wash your bedding.
It's true.
It's
Wash
just
your
a-
You definitely
year,
wash your bed.
No, you don't wash your bedding.
Definitely wash your bedding.
No.
I try to do sheets once. I say once a month. That's usually what I do, or like every 2
About
weeks.
right. You're supposed to do. I don't. I probably do it.
You're supposed
once
to
a
do it
month.
way more often.
You're supposed to do it like every
Yeah,
2 weeks,
weekly, if
maybe
not
once a
bi-weekly.
week.
But yeah, monthly is not bad. I think if you're doing them over a month and a half, like that's when it's getting.
Yes.
You're
What are you
getting.
trying to say?
I mean, you can make it work, like if you're not sleeping that much in it. But then like 2 months comes around, and then you gotta do something.
We're gonna talk about this after the podcast.
It's been 5 months, guys.
Maybe.
I don't know if I've watched.
Anyway,
Yeah, let's do it.
more fuck, I'm disgusting. Anyway, so another thing I go through my news every once in a while, and I see this headline here that piqued my interest. It's from Yahoo News. U.S. intelligence agencies say Russia and Iran were most involved in 2020 election interference. I don't give a fuck about this stupid puff piece for the U.S. intelligence agencies at all. I just wanted to really talk about the headline and open it up for discussion because this is continuing going against what Biden originally said when he said we were gonna make peace negotiations or work towards peace negotiations with Iran, and here you just drag Iran into the mix further, saying that they somehow interfered in our election by like Facebook meme pages or something. And it's ridiculous, and it's just incredibly dangerous. Like these are innocent people's lives that are at risk when shit like this happens, because it's a ticking time bomb, and eventually it's gonna explode, and the only people that are gonna feel the pain are innocent Iranians and whoever else we decide to invade as some sort of justification for this. And innocent Americans are gonna die. All all in the name of imperialism. I can't speak. I think I have the Joe Biden stutter from talking about him so much.
Yeah, the stutter not stutter, the stutter that miraculously disappears and turns into
Brain disease.
brain disease. Yeah. You're right though. Like this is dangerous rhetoric because the reality is the U.S. is the most dangerous country in the world and does the most election interference in the world. So when they make
Absolutely.
statements like this, it's towards those ends to interfere in these countries rather than them interfering in ours.
Yeah, it's not okay when they do it, but when we do it, it's to protect democracy by
Right.
installing fascists.
When they come out and make statements like this saying that Russia and Iran are messing with our elections, it's like you're saying, so that they can further their control and further the narrative so that they can do it to Russia and Iran.
Yeah,
The US can do it to those
you
countries.
further use it as like a way to be like, well, look, they interfered in this election, so we had to go take out their ally by installing a puppet
Exactly.
dictator. It's justified. We had to protect democracy by installing Janine Áñez because Evo
Right.
Morales was colluding with Russia, or just make
Or
shit up.
just a couple of days ago, they could be like, hey, let's say Lula becomes Brazil's president. Lula took vaccines from the Russians, and part of that deal, like they could make any dubious thing up about that, as they have before. Anything involving Russia, they could just turn it into some fucking gaslighting story.
Yeah, it's insanity, and it's not going to stop until we take down the fucking machine. And I guess no, that's all I have to say.
Well, you remember in 2016 what we did to Russia over alleged election interference? We sanctioned them.
Yep. Or you remember, yeah, I mean, of course, like the history of Iran, like we haven't done election interference there. Going back even just to the mid to late 50s when we assassinated their democratically elected president. Like that's I think that's as defined as election interference gets.
Yeah.
Assassinating their president.
Or looking, in more recent history, the assassination of Qasem Soleimani. Just if that's not interfering in how their government runs in any capacity, then I don't know what is. Like assassinating a top general who literally was our ally previously when fighting ISIS in the region, who was leading the fight, who was literally defeating ISIS in the region. It's insanity, and it's all a land grab for natural resources, and that's what it's always been and what it will continue to be.
You guys remember that lost story too? I'm just saying lost because like maybe some people forgot it. The Iranian scientist, like top nuclear scientist, that was like assassinated by some Mossad agents. I think we covered that story as well. So yeah, there's countless examples of us doing real, certifiable. You can see it. It's fact that we're doing election interference, and then you just have Yahoo News doing bullshit pieces like this, U.S. state propaganda.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. I took it off because I was like kind of trimming the page up to make it look better, but the video that it like linked to on the page, there was a different headline where they added the word most likely involved. And so you see in the headline here, they took that word out.
Right. Which, yeah, Carlos has talked about them using that phrase before, which we know whenever they say that, we automatically know it means not at all. They didn't do it at all.
Yeah. It just
Same
it
thing,
means
like when they claim, things that don't show you the evidence. Like if they're not showing you the evidence, it means they don't have any. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Shoot me.
Shoot me.
Shoot me. Do-do-do-do.
Yeah, that was the whole point of Biden being installed by the establishment. They want to give everyone brain rot.
It's working.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
makes-
we all become who the president is, right? Over the span of their term. So now we all become Biden.
Our speech is slurred. Our memory gets worse.
Yeah.
equally as racist, but we just can't talk.
We just capitalize off the legacy of our dead son. All right, we can move on. Let's-
Yeah.
It's cool that he does it. I mean,
No,
he
you're just making a joke. He actually does it.
does it. Yeah.
That's way worse.
So this next story that you brought up was actually, I think we all can bring some interesting thoughts in this in general.
Yeah. And so this is like another one of those pieces where I don't really, like what they're saying in like the article is it's really fucking short, and it's really not really worth diving into. But basically, CBS Los Angeles headline reads: Ventura bans styrofoam food and drink containers, and this will be taking effect July 1st. So no more styrofoam food drink containers, and I'm gonna make two very quick points that I will, we can go into. One, this is sadly performative bullshit that does nothing to actually combat climate change, similar to the plastic straw ban. And two, this is obviously a step in the right direction towards a smaller like net carbon footprint globally, or at least in what we can do locally. I should say, and obviously this is a step in the right direction, which we should all be moving in. But how this is being executed is very poor, and it doesn't really do anything except make us feel better. Similar to the plastic straw ban, which plastic straws account for some less than a percentage of all plastic waste, and it being banned quite literally does nothing to combat climate change. It only makes us feel better and makes us feel like we're doing our part. And obviously, making sure each and every one of us does our best job to get the smallest carbon footprint possible is a net positive. Until we combat this at a systemic and global scale, nothing will truly change, because we could all stop using plastic straws, plastic bags, styrofoam cups, and to-go containers. But when 100 companies are responsible for an overwhelming majority of global emissions, we can do as much as we want. But until we strictly regulate these corporations, until we nationalize these corporations and have ownership of them and decide what is done with them, nothing will truly change. Because
I was gonna bring up that I think that's what you were just making a point of, and I'm glad you brought it up. Or at least I think, from my interpretation of what you're trying to talk about, is that the real problem are these companies who are making the styrofoam containers, that are producing these emissions.
Mhm.
People buying it isn't gonna. The damage has already been done, and the companies already put the emissions up there. Buying it isn't really. It's a problem because we use it, and then I don't know exactly how do you get rid of it. Like, isn't it like burnt or something?
well, styrofoam, it's super hard to get rid of, because it's just like
Right.
it doesn't.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
So
not
that's
biodegradable.
a whole nother problem itself. But like, due to emissions, that's all on the companies, and I think it's more important that we regulate these companies rather than fucking ban them, completely.
Yeah,
The
and
companies are still gonna make them for other counties. Like what?
yeah, exactly.
You
This is
know?
what I mean. Like it's a band-aid solution that really only makes us feel better. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's. I don't want to say performative, but it somewhat is. Like it's like, and like I stated, it's obviously a step in the right direction and something that we should all be doing to make sure we're all being as eco-friendly and eco-conscious as possible. But until we take this to a global and systemic scale, nothing will fix. Nothing will change. Rather, I don't know why I said fix.
Well, companies have no problem making cheap single-use products.
Well, exactly.
Makes them
that's
money.
Yeah.
So,
That's what's profitable.
so
You
yeah,
make
if you just ban one form of it, they'll just move to another. It's
Yeah.
the decision making of these companies that has to be changed.
But the thing is that this is just literally just Ventura. I mean, they'll go on to fucking some other place where they will accept them. You know.
exactly.
It's not. Yeah.
I think that's the problem, right? Is the onus here is going to be on consumers or the community, right? Local grocery stores, etc. They're going to be the ones that have to ban this, no longer use this. But like Carlos is saying, and you guys are all echoing as well, like it's a systemic problem that goes down to the decisions these corporations make at the end of the day, which for them is endless pursuit of profit, and it's for them cheap to make these single-use, throwaway items because, yeah, it's cheaper than making something that lasts and is durable or biodegradable or anything like that.
Yeah.
So until you change that profit motive, that profit incentive, yeah, things like this are nice, but they're putting the onus on the community rather than these corporations, and it won't change the problem. We've had this issue too with like plastic bags in the area where it was good to ban plastic bags, but then the bill became to charge people for plastic bags in the area rather than actually go after the petroleum companies that basically flooded these plastic plastic utilities into our community for for profits rather.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick profits.
Quick profits.
Quick profits.
It's the same concept no matter what example you give, and yeah.
Yeah, and it was good to contrast it with because everyone's familiar in California with the straw ban, and I think it's good to contrast with that and compare them in the same way and saying that they're both performative. Like,
Yeah.
and I think everyone saw through that with the straws.
I think another thing that I think what they're really trying to target is just pollution. I feel like that's where this is becoming a benefit, literally, just like littering, pollution.
They
where
won't
do you
fix
put
that
it?
either, though.
No,
Because
but
I
they
think
won't.
the point is they'll just find a new way to,
Mhm.
new disposable to attach themselves to.
Yeah.
Or like you guys are saying, if it's not global, right? If it's just our one community and we're not doing this as some greater project, like it will fall flat on its head.
Well, I just know because a lot of people say like even with the straw thing, oh, we have straws in our oceans and they're hurting like the sea creatures, which is true.
Yeah.
But like,
and I guess one way of combating that is just to get rid of them entirely, which is straws.
yeah, and
plastics.
the point, like moving towards like biodegradable or like multi-use and or like like there's like small startups for like you have like instead of plastic like spoons and forks, you have like shit made from like plants, and you can either eat it or just dissolve it in water.
Yeah. Oh, like
Yeah,
those fucking what are those straws that they used to make that would just like dissolve over time?
The cereal ones?
They're like you can only use them like one time, and then
No,
they
but
just
yeah,
start
like
dissolving.
that's literally that's obviously a step in the right, not cereal straws, but like obviously it's a step in the right direction.
If we all have cereal straws in every restaurant, I think
Yeah.
that would solve the problem.
Can I get a Dr. Pepper? Can I get a Dr. Pepper and a Fruit Loop straw, please?
I think they're like I don't know
Just like
how
a
they-
full grown man. Let me get a Sapporo for the table and 4 Cocoa Puff straws.
Fuck.
What's up, Daniel? Yeah, like it's a step in the right direction, obviously, but yeah, and like I said, like it's a fact that plastic straw is made like less, like a very small, like way less than a 1 percentage point of pollution. Like, sure, yes, you'll see pictures on Twitter of fucking turtles with straws in their noses and shit. And that's that's obviously a small minority. It's still bad. I'm not saying it's good, and I'm not saying we should continue to use plastic straws, but it's still like,
But are we
yeah,
supposed to just like mount these massive campaigns just to ban each like waste product one at a time as the environment's just like degrading in front of our eyes, or should we take the
take
more
on the
practical
pollution,
approach? Yeah,
fucking
which
up.
would take all those things down at the same time.
Exactly.
Because like you're saying, like yeah, the straws are out, but like you always see those pictures of like like the beer case or soda case things, like those get stuck on birds' necks all the time. Those aren't
Yeah.
banned. Like the only way you get rid of now you can start a campaign against those, but why not be easier to just go after the problem?
Go after the corporation who's creating these products, as well as when
Yeah,
creating
because
this
it's profit.
product. Yeah, exactly.
I think I was trying to refer to like those biodegradable straws. Like I think they're like made out of like paper or something.
Oh
or something
yeah,
like that.
like yeah, those
Most
are
of the
fucking
places
annoying.
have like cardboard ones now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty shit. As
When the
well.
ban first happened, those straws that were coming out were ass.
Yeah, they've definitely upgraded now.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
had like a conversation about this with like my dad, and he says, "Yeah, like I wouldn't mind if they got rid of plastic straws. Like even when he said when he was younger and he was using straws, they were using those biodegradable like paper straws or whatever. And he says they worked fine. They were okay. Like he wouldn't have any problem using those. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just
Well, most consumers don't care. The only thing consumers do care about is price, right? Can they afford it or not? And the
exactly.
corporations just make the only thing they care about is profit, and that is a deadly, combination in our society.
And the side effect of this, from a market's perspective, when you don't control these huge like monopolies, for these smaller companies to stay competitive, they have to make these like more environmentally friendly straws more expensive and less accessible to more impoverished communities.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're making being eco-conscious a wealthy only thing, and
Right.
that's the downside of markets in itself.
Or at least the way we, do markets.
Yeah, under
Yeah.
market capitalism or free market capitalism.
There's like the whole point of using the government to subsidize, creating better products that are environmentally friendly that we can use. Which,
Yeah.
Where's that?
Right. We don't do that. Rather, it's a bunch of corporations trying to make the cheapest product they can out of, the dirtiest oil they can find.
Well, Carlos, that's communism, what you just described. That is
Yeah.
communism, Marxism. That is that is what turns the frogs gay, Carlos. We don't do that.
Sounds like I want the frogs. It sounds.
No. You want free, unfettered capitalism. You want the market to have full ownership of everything. Neo-feudalism all the way. I got paid to say that. If anybody else wants to pay me to say things, reach out to me. My Twitter is at 6Eian, 6EIA.
Yeah, Ian's gonna be the sarcastic one today.
Yeah, I gotta steal it from Carlos every once in a while.
Good banter though. I think that one. I think we talked about everything we wanted to in that one.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, that was good.
All I gotta say is before we move on, Blenders is gonna not get as taste as good because you don't get the styrofoam cups anymore, and Panda Express is also not gonna taste as good because you're getting rid of styrofoam. It's gonna
What
suck.
are they gonna use?
They'll move on to some kind of plastic.
Really, at Blenders for a while, they moved to the styrofoam ones to literally plastic cups.
Yeah, which is you're not
They're not
exactly.
moving to a better alternative. They're just recycling the same pattern that got them there in the first place.
Yeah, it's just our food's not gonna taste as good, which sucks. But
It's just different.
yeah, it's not gonna hit the same. I'm gonna stab. Yeah, I
Maybe we've
can't
just
draw my
gotten-
name and shit anymore.
We've just gotten too used to the taste of styrofoam and plastic.
If I go to fucking not TDM, if I go to Tapatio, they're still gonna give me like the jamaica or the horchata in the fucking styrofoam cup. Because if that doesn't happen, what do I do? It's over.
Because it just there's so much ice in it, but it never condensates because the styrofoam keeps everything inside. It's the
It's true.
perfect. They're good cups.
Yeah, lean heads know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they're not dumb. They don't just carry around those cups for no reason.
Anywhere in the South that sells sweet tea, they know what they're doing. Styrofoam cups with ice and sweet tea just tastes better. Yeah.
Just brown sugar in your drink. Like, of course it's good. All right. We want to move to our final piece of the night.
Yeah, I fucking
Yeah, let's.
think. I'm thinking about it.
I
Thinking
was
about
gonna-
sweet tea.
I kind
I
of
was
want to
gonna-
buy cereal straws now. Like, people sell those?
I think.
I mean, I will buy it. 'Cause I don't think I ever even. I maybe used one once or twice, but I don't think we ever bought them because that shit's kind of fucking maniac you have to be to buy them.
As an adult, yeah, but as a kid, oh my god,
I don't know, man.
dude, those are awesome.
Okay, I can't find where to buy them.
That fucking-
Petition: bring back Fruit Loop cereal straws.
You
All right,
can't
so
buy them?
we're gonna link that in the bio of this episode. Please go ahead and find the petition, support it. Let us bring back Fruit Loop cereal straws. This is super important to our cause. Advancing this petition will advance socialism as a whole. Thank you for coming to my thing.
Cocoa Krispies, Fruit Loops, and Apple Jacks. These are the only
Before
three I see.
okay, quick question before we get into this because we should get into this. We should wrap it up. Let people go.
Carbon emissions.
Did you guys like corn pops growing up?
Yeah, they're all right. They're
I love corn
Oh,
pops.
I think I've had it like maybe twice.
And they used to
really-
come in that. They used to come in that foil bag or like that metal colored bag. Did you say corn pops are mid, Jose? I'll ban you right now. Corn pops are
yeah.
fire.
they're definitely
It's
like,
one of my
if you do the
favorite.
like SAB. They're like they're A or B. Yeah,
It's one of my favorite.
What's
It's
the
one of my.
flavor?
It's one of my favorite
they're
cereals.
just like sweet corn puffs.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's good, and the
sound.
way that Frosted Flakes are good.
Yeah, I remember one time I was getting ready for school or whatever, and I had a bowl of those, and my mom gave me bacon, and I was taking a bite, and some of the bacon fell off into the corn pops, and the corn bacon mixture was fire. Listen,
God.
you grew up pescatarian. Shut up.
No, but you probably lost a chromosome the second you ate that. There's no way.
Yeah, well, you fucking. I'm
It's
not gonna
probably
s-
good, though.
We're on. We're on stream.
Oh God.
That-
Anything is probably good. I mean,
the only thing I've ever had that was trash. That was bacon. It was like a bacon wrapped something from the fair, and the only reason it was bad is because the bacon was burnt.
too already.
No,
Bacon donuts are like something I've always been intrigued about.
well, we got to go to like a foreign country so you can try it because you have some stupid rule about trying food when you travel. What if we go to my home or not my hometown, but when I lived in Texas, my hometown, I guess. What if we go there? They have like a famous like world renowned like burger shop there, and it's just, would you?
Yeah, maybe it would depend. You know.
You didn't know?
No, it's like this really small hole in the wall. They've been doing the same recipe for like since it opened, and it's like somehow like world famous burger joint, but it's in Jacksboro, Texas, like this
Yeah.
little piece of shit town. Shout out Jacksboro. I experienced racism there.
The
I'm
burger
sorry,
buns?
I can't remember.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I know for a fact I have my name on the wall somewhere.
Fuck.
Because you just write like it's like a tradition when you order, you write your name on the wall. I know for a fact that it's on that fucking wall.
When we look up, they've been closed by the pandemic. I'm gonna end my life right there.
Well, there was a old interview, or I don't think it was that old, that I remember watching. It was Max Blumenthal talking about Well, because he travels all over the world, and he said it's real hard for him to try to be like a vegetarian or a vegan because a lot of the time while he's traveling, it's like he more or less just has to kind of eat whatever the locals eat.
Exactly, especially if you're going to like the South. Like, you're not getting no fucking vegan plate from the South, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting bacon fat beans.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you're veggie, like it's gonna be fried up in some bacon fat or something. And
Or
you
it's
don't
gonna
want to
be
be rude too. Like it's a custom thing. Like you don't want to deny
fucking
people's
a
food.
loser.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was he was doing like a vegetarian diet thing. Yeah, I bet that's fucking hard. And a lot of the countries though, they have such good food though that he goes to, like Bolivia and fucking Mexico, and Venezuela even.
Mm.
Bolivia looks like it has great food. I don't know it.
Bolivia's got a lot of good things.
Oh yeah. All right, let's.
Yeah. So anyway, fuck California. Fuck Proposition 22. This is I like it. I mostly brought these articles that I brought up and I'm talking about due to their headlines and something we can open up to discussion. You usually when you read pieces from CNN, CNBC, it's just garbage. But we had this headline here, and this is something we can just talk about which is something that happened here in California. Uber's UK drivers to get paid vacation pensions following a Supreme Court ruling. So yeah, fuck Proposition 22. The fact that we don't treat in California Uber drivers as actual employees that are allowed the same workers' rights that you or I are, you and I are entitled to being considered employees under the state of California. Sadly, our Uber drivers do not have that same luxury and are treated as gig workers. They don't get any sort of health benefits, life insurance. It's really just shitty working conditions and sadly, you know, being the most having the most money poured in of all propositions in history. Sadly, it passed because the power of money. Yeah, it's a terrible thing, and just seeing this stark contrast in what's going on in America with our Uber and Lyft drivers and the labor strides that are being made in the United Kingdom. As many problems as the United Kingdom has, this stat for stat, this is a net positive for workers' rights in the United Kingdom, and the United States is slacking, being one of the freest nations with the most opportunities, but yet you can't get a decent job here without putting yourself into crippling debt for the rest of your life and beyond your life, because you more times than not your child has to pick up your debts because America is so fucked and predatory. And yeah, like I wanted to bring this headline up to open up to discussion because it's disgusting, especially living in California, seeing rights of our workers being stripped right before our eyes.
Well, if according to Uber's own logic that they were saying while lobbying for Proposition 22, all the Uber drivers in the UK are about to lose their jobs because Uber can't do business paying these people a fair compensation for their work.
Exactly,
Which is
and that's
what
the
they
thing.
said here, yeah.
They're obviously gonna they're not gonna lose out on doing business in the United Kingdom, like a global trade hub, global tourist spot, ally of the United States of America. They're not gonna not do business with them.
They're going to comply
obviously
to whatever laws they have to.
Exactly, because they.
And even if they did, fuck them. If you're not gonna give us a living wage, fuck you. I don't give a fuck.
Abso-fucking.
Get out of here. We don't want your job.
Yeah, that was like, all the stuff about Prop 22 was so horrible. Yeah, the propaganda that, all the Uber and Lyft drivers are just going to be out of work now. It's like the idea that like they can't do business, paying people a decent wage with benefits.
And talking about the fucking our Amazon fulfillment center. Fuck if they're bringing 1,500 jobs. It's gonna be 1,500 shitty jobs that awards people absolutely nothing and literally only makes their lives worse. You're gonna be you're just gonna be worse off working insane hours for $15 an hour in California, and especially Oxnard, Ventura County, a rapidly gentrified area. Things are just getting more expensive. We were promised low-income homes on Wagon Wheel, and their luxury apartments costing fucking upwards of like $2,500 for rent a month. Like, yeah, we let these private companies in, and they do nothing but fuck us, and then we're just supposed to take it on the fucking chin, and then be like, well, if we need the jobs, well, we need the housing, so we'll just, like, you're just, yeah, it's idiotic.
We'll go pull the
more
money
you,
up by our bootstraps.
The more you succumb to the wills of these corporations, the less power we have as a community, and the more exploited we are as a people.
Well, it's also a part of another trend as capitalism has been consolidating its wealth and power, is a large move towards advertising instead of independent reviews. So now companies who make and release products have all the money to do advertising for those products, and yet are even now at the point where they pay people to do reviews of their products. So it's not like you're even actually getting real reviews, you're just getting an advertisement.
Right.
And real independent reviews that are actually critical of products are harder and harder to find.
I think what you guys both touched on there too, saying like, well, with the example with the Prop 22, so like how it was framed that, you know, Uber has all the power here. They're the ones, just like with the fulfillment center, Amazon fulfillment center in Oxnard, like they're the ones that are bringing all the jobs and the opportunity. And when we talk like that, that immediately diminishes all the power we have as workers, because the reality is we're the ones that provide Amazon with the jobs. Fucking Amazon does not provide us with jobs. It is not, that's not how it works. Amazon does not come into our community and provide us jobs. They come into our community and we work for them. Like, we use our labor to produce their product. They can't have what they produce without us. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, when we're talking about it like that, whether it's the Amazon case or the Uber case, like, we have to talk about it from the get-go as like, no, like, we want this, and these concessions, or get the fuck out. Don't come at all, because we're the ones that make this shit run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you went off, cis, period, slay. You did great there. That was, yeah, that was like, that's the gist of it. Like, unless you're willing to fully comply to what we want as a community, we don't want your business, and we should do everything in our power to reject them.
I get the sentiment of like wanting people to come in and like make business, but that was like the point of the to my own hurting. The point of the piece I did, like, that's a delusion. Like, they're not doing that. They're coming in and destroying the jobs in your community, and you conceding them like any power in negotiating when they come into your community destroys that. You're destroying the union jobs already in your area. So it's just, yeah, it's foolish to think that, you know, we should just concede to corporate power and somehow we're going to get what we want after. Like, how fucking naive can you be?
Yeah. It's
like, right, isn't it like basic politics? Politics is power, right? And if you concede your power, like, now you don't have any. Now Amazon they control the jobs here. Well, now what are you going to do? Now you got to organize within the company. That's your only option.
You've lost the game of politics immediately.
Yeah, and now not only are you having to organize workers in a low-income community, but now you're having to do that against Amazon, the most powerful company on the face of the planet. It's like,
yeah,
like,
you've
only made it harder.
Who in 2019 was responsible for literally half of all internet commerce. Everything bought and sold on the internet, Amazon controlled more than half of it.
Yeah, they're just the most powerful corporation on earth, one of the most powerful.
The thing about like our insurance industries, it's like we could easily do like public programs for all types of insurance to cover the costs of what it takes for someone to like go and repair things, or like with medical care to pay the doctors to treat people, but instead we have rapacious for-profit middlemen who act like a mafia, and the whole point is they want you coming to them so they can maintain the power to decide who does and who doesn't get whatever, and of course, make money at the same time.
Yeah, I mean
well said.
that's how it is with all like you pay into this pool monthly, and when you actually need them, they're like, well, this
Yeah,
and this
nope.
and that. These reasons we cannot help you at all. You're fucked. You're screwed.
Like with the first story, one of the first stories we covered is like the vaccine. It's not the goal to make sure that people are healthy and can deal with coronavirus. It's to make sure that countries are dependent on the U.S. for
Right.
anything that they need.
Right, which is talked about that before too. Like that extends to other aspects of imperialist extraction rather, like whether it be vaccines or aid, food, any of that. It's you create a dependency in those countries, and that's how you exploit them.
Which, in the same fashion, is exactly why companies would rather copyright coronavirus vaccine patents to keep people coming to them and keep having
new
people give
doses.
them money, in order to get the vaccine. Public health isn't the main concern.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, we literally that AstraZeneca Oxford piece literally was in their business model. To profit is their business model, and they want to get more and more booster shots, whether people really needed it or not from the get-go. That was their idea. The idea they wanted to get there. So, what do you guys think? I think that was. Anyone have any final thoughts?
That was Spoop.
Yeah, that was.
That
Spoop.
was Spoop.
Hell yeah.
You want to call the chat Spoopers again, Michael? Is that gonna?
Yeah, don't. Someone's gonna edit that.
What?
Don't say. Yeah,
How would
what?
they edit? How would they edit that?
Have you ever seen deepfakes, Michael? They can deepfake you.
Yeah, but what are they gonna? What's wrong with saying Spooper?
They could do this.
That-
Never mind. We'll talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll
so
tell you later. No.
thank you guys so much for watching episode 44. We're coming up on 50. Coming up on
Crazy.
50. That's nuts.
We'll have to do something special. I mean, we can't not.
Kiss each other, maybe.
That's not that special. We do that normally.
True. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, anyway, thank you for tuning into episode 44. Today's well, it's not Thursday, but you watched the Wednesday show. We'll be back on Sunday, 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can, if you missed anything, you can go on our you can watch the VOD, which is in the video section of Twitch, or you can wait until tomorrow 10:30, and we will have the full YouTube timestamped links in the description and everything ready for you, making it as easy as possible to view it. Michael just put in chat. If you look at the chat, our socials link, you can click on that and follow us on all of our platforms: Spotify, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube as well. We appreciate each and every single one of you for coming, whether you're just watching, whether you're a follower, whether you're a subscriber, whether you're a chatter, or
I think
just
I've
alert.
seen one or two new people in here right now. I've seen a couple different people, so that's always cool as well.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, we'll be back on Sunday, 10:30 p.m. Pacific time, and I stress this point at the end of every show, and it's something that I think is important is we need to strive each and every day as a global people, as the human race, towards international worker solidarity and truly empowering our workers and bringing democracy to the workplace, seeing that we spend a majority of our adult lives at our job, whether you're going to multiple jobs, you have one steady job, you're spending the most of your adult life there, so you should 100% have a say in what happens at that job, how much you're paid, the type of benefits you receive, whether that be paid vacation, dental, healthcare, life insurance, some sort of pension plan, whatever it is, you should absolutely have a say, as well as all of your coworkers, regardless of their background or their position. And yeah, that is Spoop. That's what we had to say for today. That's the news. That's the memes. That's the banter. We talked about pillows. We talked about straws. Talked about it all. That's what we
Sheets in
do.
there somewhere. Yeah.
Sheets, duvets. But yeah. Thank
Don't
you guys so
laugh.
much.
Is it spelled D-U-V-E-T?
It's DUVETS.
Michael identifies as a
Duvets.
duvet.
What's a duvet?
But yeah, that's it all. We're gonna get out of here now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back.
Plus.
Bust.